Well, alright, I think it's time to start. And here we are again. Welcome back to our long and tedious JNSQ career. And we can jump right back in our save to begin this new round of missions. Now, alright, last time we had failed for one more time uh, our Muna satellite contract due to an engine failure on the OhScrap spacecraft, but it's not all doom and gloom because we have at least two survey contracts undergoing for the ScanSat, which means that at least something is being done, and crucially we have reached 525,000 funds, which means that I now feel confident enough to finally upgrade the vehicle assembly building to support rockets made of up to 255 parts, which for all our purposes is basically unlimited. So now I am officially upgrading these. And the money is spent. You can see how our cash has firmly declined. It will take 10 days to complete the upgrade. But finally we will be able to launch much more ambitious spacecraft with many more parts. Now, while these upgrades, what are the contracts that we still have to do? We have to choose scanning contracts which are ongoing. The Muna one is pretty advanced. It's at 45%, which is very good. And the other one, we have this usual strategy. Oh no, we have Explore the Moon, and which asks us to return to Moon return home from Moon, which is probably what I want to focus on right now. And the satellite one, which also calls for a relay, which are basically the same thing. And now I think I could design a vessel for that. Let's see if there's maybe a part testing contract or something like that to do in the meantime. Let's see, Kerbal and achievements are the usual one, Cleversat is the usual one. New satellite in the orbit of the moon. Yeah, I don't really care. Comnet relays. Is there like build a relay network around Kerbin? This just place a satellite with a lot of dishes. Is there any interesting part testing to do, or I'll just start the design for the moon mission? Hydrogen engine in a moon orbit. I don't feel confident about this. Decoupler at the launch site. Splashdown. Oh, this is lucrative. Also the decoupler one. And flying above Kerbin. This is very high up, so not really. Yeah, I'm doing just those two ones because they are basically free money, so I don't see why you should spit on that. I mean, having a part testing contract at the launch site to give you 16,000 funds as a reward is a rarity, an opportunity to jump on. So now let's take a cheap probe, then let's take, what do we have to test again? The decoupler. Oh, that's going to be the last thing. The engine. Sphinx. The Sphinx engine. K1MV, yeah, whatever. Decoupler, and I'm going to have a 0 force and no shielding, and I'm going to call this sawdust, I don't know, 11. Add it to the build list, go outside, and let's just carry on with this, which will also buy us some time, keep us busy while the vehicle assembly building upgrades. Oh, I might also, well, I might also try to go invest some science. Now I think what I want is small engines for my spacecraft because I want to stop relying on the pug and also unlock the ability to build multiple redundant engines on a spacecraft so that I can be more immune to failures. This is a small engine compared to the pug. The thrust of the pug is, let's see, where is the pug? Here is 25 kilonewtons. This is a 14 kilonewtons engine with a good ISP. What is the vacuum ISP of the pug? 230. Yeah, this is a good alternative. Torch is big. The chickadee is big. The chickadee is actually big and inefficient, so no. The ant is inefficient. The spark would be ideal. And also you get a monopropellant tank. Several propulsion options. Now the other way to get small propulsion would be through RCS. I could actually get both technos since I have the science to get both. Especially because big propulsion is not a priority for the moment, especially now that I can just stack tanks. So I'm going to get these small engines. And the RCS thing is, now we have landing, which will give us an accelerometer, so more science. And then we have all of these weird RCS ports. And I think that if I want to go towards a capsule for manned flight, I should start from improvements to survivability, which is this node. So I need to farm some more science for that. But alright, so now we are now both unlocking, now we are both upgrading the VAB and researching more science. I have recently visited these spacecrafts, so I should disable the notifications for electric charge since I don't care. Alright, both contracts are ongoing. They are going pretty well. Okay, so now rollout of Sawdust 11. Launch this piece of garbage. Oh, I shouldn't be so rude towards it. Okay, so we should test it on the ground. I check that everything is go. Perform test. Decoupling. Excellent. Now, why can't I recover this? Alright, normal recovery. Excellent. Alright, Now let's head into the vehicle assembly building and let's design a spacecraft that can go to the lunar surface and then return. Now this is not gonna be trivial since I've never done any such thing in JNSQ. So I'm gonna be doing that with the help of a delta V map, which I want to have it on my phone. Right, new thing. Okay, now since I'm landing on the moon, I want to perform experiments. Now, such as the mystery glue, which can only be performed by returning it. Now, it's more intelligent to build a return capsule based on, where is it here? Now, the mystery glue weighs 50 kilograms. The return capsule weighs 250 and also has some electric charge, but batteries are basically have basically no mass, so I don't care. But that doesn't matter. So what we are going to do is, oh, this is a control unit. Oh yeah, this is also a control unit, but you see, a separate control unit weighs less. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to build our return capsule based on a probe, a parachute, and 2 mystery glues. Now I need to make it that stable. Actually, do I have the old return capsule from that other spacecraft, which I believe was called Diver? I don't think so. Yeah, I don't have it anymore because I didn't save it, so I'm going to have to reinvent it. Alright, so octoprotobutyne, because I want a rugged and tested probe core for this thing. Then 2 mystery glues, one heat shield, is this the only one that we have? This sucks. Oh, this is the heat shields we have suck. This is a problem because 2300 degrees Kelvin for a moon return mission are too few. And also I want to check that. No, let's also have a parachute and 2 antennas. Now this is an acceptable return capsule. Now I want to test it. And let's call this Oak 11. Now this might work as a return capsule, but I'm not sure. So I want to test it in, I want to simulate its functioning. So I'm going to open this flight simulator. I'm going to select it on orbit, and it's gonna be on Kerbal. And I can't set an eccentric orbit, so I'm going to stick here return stage, stage that allows it to the orbit from high above. So this looks fine. So I'm going to open stage display simulator software again, and I'm going to... What is the apotheosis of moon? Yeah, at which height is moon? 100. Cancel. Let's say 100 million meters. 100. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, should do fine. So now start simulation. Oh, batteries. Now I don't want to put... Well, I'll put 2 batteries in there. But since we'll also be costing down... No clippy way to do it. Also, the parachute is heavy. As in, hello there, Itron. It's very heavy, so I don't want it too much. Oh, maybe I have another solution now. This parachute is a 20-meter diameter, so maybe I could use 2 drop chutes instead. I don't have drop chutes. Oh boy, I should have picked some different tech nodes. Right, let's stick here 2 batteries, and I think this is gonna fail miserably as a spacecraft. Alright, start simulation. Let's see how much this thing doesn't work. No, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Start simulation. Here we are in orbit. Now let's... Oh, we are at a decent altitude? Yeah, we pretty much got it. No, I don't speak Spanish. I speak English and Italian, which are not the same language, but if it's written, I can kind of understand it. Right, we can light our engine and begin the orbit burn. I want a periapsis of 50 kilometers. Well, no, not really, because I don't do recreations on this channel. It's never been my goal. So, well, I won't be making a starship, unfortunately. A bit more than this. Okay, perfect. Now I'm going to warp a lot. Oh, why can't I warp more than this? Is there any Kerbal construction time? Oh, this is going to take forever. Okay. This is better. Oh, come on, my simulation is gonna drain my fans. Oh, finally. Okay, let's see how this performs. Now, detach and activate parachute. It's not gonna deploy until it's acceptable to do so. And now we can time off even more until we actually hit the atmosphere. Now remember, this is a simulation to see how the spacecraft performs. I don't have any expectation about this. Yeah, no, we're fucked. Alright. In all of this, we didn't see the how it handles in the atmosphere. So I'm going to stick it on a rocket and simulate it again. Okay, simulate it again, this time on the launch pad. Now the parachute is very heavy, so I might flip the spacecraft. I want to see that happens. Also, it's obviously night. And the booster doesn't drop away. Come on. Come on. Oh, please. Well, this simulation is completely useless at this point. Um, that was weird. The error model in KSP is always weird. Now what can we do to assess if this spacecraft is good enough for a moon return? What are the thermal characteristics of the experimentation unit? They are not impressive. Neither are these ones. This is gonna be complicated. Now I have another idea. I remember last time I put the parachute in front of the heat shield because it has a decent. It's actually more heat tolerant than the heat shield itself. So I was thinking I have a better heat shield actually as the 0.6251, the small one. Hello there, Attack. I'm glad that you finished building your shelf. So now I'm going to put this smaller heat shield in front of the big one, which is gonna take the brunt of the aerodynamic loads. And also its mass, well, not excessive, but decent. is gonna make the spacecraft more front heavy. Which should help with its aerodynamics. Now let's try and get this contraption to actually work. Now I don't have any radial parachutes yet, which I could use for the booster to make it drop away. So what could I do to make the booster drop away? I don't have any more small separation motors. I could separate it at low speed. I'm giving this thing bigger aero surfaces so that it doesn't curve while ascending. Also staging. So now heat simulation again. Okay, go. And I want to go straight up this time. No matter how much it takes. Well, it's not that much time. Okay, disengaging SAS. Now let's wait until we are at around 30 meters per second. Now here, that's a good separation. Now let's see how this thing goes. Oh yeah, it's being stable. It's being stable. Now let's see if I first point it towards a retrograde attitude. Is it going to maintain it naturally? Yes, it is. I'm going to open the parachute at 2 kilometers. Well, 1.5 kilometers. 1 kilometer. Here. Let's see if it drops. Speed is absolutely dropping. Yeah, it's gonna survive anything at this point. Okay, so aerodynamically the capsule can work. My biggest question is if it can work thermally. Now I know that KSP is crashing. Is it? I got a weird message, but the screen, yeah, no, it's crashed. All right, now just give me 5 minutes to get this back online. Now ASP, and I'm reopening it. I am sorry, but sometimes that happens. We both hate it. It seems like I can't do a live anymore without KSP crashing. Hello there, lemon sauce. You arrived just in time to witness KSP loading after it crashed. Downloading more RAM. Collecting coconuts. Ah. Well, now I have to think of a way to test the heat shield. Now, what I want to do now, I have seen that going in a high orbit and then deorbiting the rocket is not a good approach. So what I want to do now is to start in a low orbit and then thrust towards the atmosphere with an engine to get into what would be my trajectory if I were coming from the moon, even though I started from a low Earth orbit, which uh, will be much quicker than actually coming from the moon. I don't know why I didn't think of that before. Also, the moon return mission might have to wait until maybe the scanning contract comes in so that I can get a bit more funds for that. We'll see, we'll see. What beautiful wings. Uh, Looking for celestial bodies. I think we're almost there. Clothing expansions. Please don't be mad at me for having them. The Duna, the spacecraft on Duna background again. Well, kind of. They don't really want to show it, apparently. Almost there, integrating payload. It's been integrating payload forever at this point. Some payloads are just like this. Oh, we got a full picture and the loading screen. There we are again. Now let's go back to our game, JNSQ exploration, and let's load. Kerbal construction time always comes up first, and let's go back to the VAB and let's try to get things done. Right, now let's test the re-entry vehicle. As I said before, I'm going to place it, well, first I'm going to load it. I didn't save it apparently. It was supposed to be 11. Is there any automatically saved vehicle? No. Alright, it was very simple luckily. So this, then the parachute. Let's go to the heat shield, the big one and the small one. The small one is at 50% ablator. Then we have two mystery gurus. That's not a mystery guru, this is a mystery guru. Placed that way. Then two antennas. Terminatron 16 placed that way, and two batteries. This is Oak 11, and we can save it. Now we can add where is it? The coupler here. More decent decoupler, and we'll add to it an engine. Let's fix our staging and let's start our simulation. We'll start in orbit at an altitude of 81,000 kilometers, of 81 kilometers, so just above the atmosphere. And let's go. This time I didn't include any solar panels because we'll be blasting through the atmosphere right after the start of the simulation. This time I'm aiming for a perigee of around, let's say, 40 kilometers, between 30 and 40. Well, much lower than usually. No control. Why do I have no control? I have both antennas and electric charge. Are ground stations such a rare thing? No, they aren't. So now we can begin our acceleration burn. We are already deep inside the atmosphere. Well, maybe too deep. Okay, I'm staging the parachute, and let's see how this goes. This isn't a very high up re-entry, but it doesn't stand this small test. It's not gonna do anything good. Now we can see that the big shield is already overheating, and I think we also lost both antennas. Yes, we have. That shouldn't be a problem if we can completely automate the re-entry. Also, SAS is fully turned off and the mystery goose appear to be safe. The overheating of the big heat shield is really significant, even at such a high altitude. Oh, no, 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 no. Yeah, this is not gonna do it. Not at all. Well, it's not yet, well, clearly it's not yet time for a lunar return mission, at least not until I can get my hands on a bigger heat shield, which will probably require the 45 science tech node, which is gonna require basically 35 science points for me to earn. Yeah, it's this one. It's this one. So now, I want to see, have I done the materials bay on the ground? Uh, Wait, do I have the materials bay? Science, yes I do. Okay, have I done it on the ground? Where is it? Where is it? Uh, Bathymetry data. Here. Oh no, don't filter by research. So we have, come on. Oh wait, we can't have done it if we haven't researched it. Science. Let's unlock the science junior, and let's set out to do it on the ground. So I'm gonna use a hex just to gain experience with it. Now, what does it take to do this experiment? It's gonna take 20 minutes, and it's gonna need 2 electric charge per second, which is a lot. Now 20 minutes is 1246 seconds, which means that we have to have on board more than 2500 units of electric charge, unless we can mount enough solar panels to do all of that in one go. I want to see one of these can provide 0.3 electric charge. So if we had just 6 of these perfectly exposed, we could actually do that. Alternatively, a fuel cell would output doesn't say. converter reliability. Doesn't really say how much electricity the fuel cell will give me, so I'm not gonna do that. Well, I'm just gonna place 8 solar panels straight up here. Well, no, not there. The problem might put them in shadow. So is there a structural part I can use? I'm gonna put them even this way. Well, they might be in shadow, but I guess I cope. Well, now I'm going to surround the pole with the batteries. And then I'm gonna put these panels on top. There. And this should allow me to perform the mystery goo, or the materials bay. And let's call it sawdust 12. And this should be decent. Now I want to see if there's a couple of part testing contracts that I can do on the pad just to complement all of these. Part testing, poodle, flying, no, there isn't, there is none. Okay, so let's build this. And after I get this one done, I might evaluate doing one in orbit. Maybe not immediately. Oh, here is the focus for the DAB upgrade. Rollout. And warp to sunrise. Since there's no point in launching a solar-powered spacecraft without any sun. Here we are. So that's 12 automation, and let's begin our material study for a whopping 2.7 science points. This is gonna be great. And we are consuming some energy. We should be able to finish the experiment, maybe. Well, not really. I'm going to go down to 20 units of electric charge, then I'm gonna recharge. Okay, stop it. And let's let it recharge. But it got like halfway through, so it's good. Okay, fully recharged. So now let's go again. And this time solar panels were able to cope with the entirety of the experiment, and we can thus recover it for all of its 2.7 science points. I was expecting much more, but it is what it is. Also, I think that in JNSQ or Kerbalism, I don't know which mod does that, you can't exploit every single KSC building as its own biome. As a matter of fact, I think none of the KSC buildings are biomes. So yeah, it says Kerbin landed. So there's not even different biomes for that? Wow. Is that enough? So now I need to farm science, basically. Octane as a magnetometer, right? And it's waiting. There's a temperature sensor, telemetry report. Yeah. Sibling is out of reach. Sibling is the might experiment, so now let's wait for it to become callable again. There is might active. Yes, it is. Also, our mapping of moon is 2/3 on it. So, well, what if we just launched another Oak 5 vehicle? Okay, I have decided. I'm gonna launch another spacecraft just like Oak 5. Just to get the science out of it. Yeah. No, where was it? Oak 5. There is a problem with the separator. I think it's this one, the TS06 stage separator. Which in fact we don't have. But that's not a problem, since I'm going to place an equivalent part here. This is gonna be Oak 12. 2 solid boosters. Now, this spacecraft has basically a normal, let's say a normal purpose, so it doesn't require any part upgrades. Well, I guess maybe there's areas where we can benefit from. Do we have all of the experiment? We have scanning, telemetry report, and temperature report. Magnetometry can't be done on the surface. And everything else, yeah. Surface-wise, these are the useful experiments. So let's add it to building list and let's go out of here. Is it gonna take... No, wait, I'm stupid. The construction of Orc 5 is gonna be very fast. Well, Orc 12, sorry. Work to its completion. Wait, there is no contract that asks me to do such mission. Which means it's kind of a loss when it goes towards the larger goal of the... This is a problem, because true, it goes towards the larger goal of getting me the heat shield for the Moon Return mission and completing the Moon Alpha strategies, but this also drains my funds. So is there a way to attach it to another mission? For example, some, you guessed it, part testing, splashdown engine, test the fairing, but that's very little money, methane engine, flying above Kerbal, transport heat shield above Kerbal at very high speeds. I'm not doing that again. There isn't much stuff except for like these started contract, which I might try to achieve with this lender. Well, oh well, not really. Well, in any case, it's getting late, so it's been a decent session. We have finally decided to invest the money on the DAB upgrade, and we have discovered how inadequate our means still are, which means we have to farm some science to get some proper parts for the ambitious missions we really want to do. So, until next time, have a good time, and let's hope SLS doesn't get struck by lightning again. Goodbye.